she, was in line with me. She's the expert, not me. I do have, knowledge and I do have experience, but obviously I just want to talk to the expert. So I'm really confident in what we're doing. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to say I really am hoping that everybody really sticks with this and just trust the process. It is 8 weeks, right? But it's something that you're going to want to continue on. It's something that, it's very doable, right? So like a lot of the challenges that we've done in the past, for those of you that have done it, they've kind of been, a little, I don't want to say gimmicky or faddish, but it wasn't something that was something that you could sustain forever, right? It was like, all right, let's get these 8 pounds off really quick, and then, let's hope that we all know what to do after that, right? Where this is kind of the opposite. This is going to be more of a slow burn, all right? So, we're going to see and feel great throughout this whole entire thing. And I really believe that even though this is 8 weeks, for those of us that may have a little bit further to go than others, it's that 3rd month and that 4th month where, your metabolism just like explodes from this, okay? What I've seen and what I've heard, talking with other people with this is, that 1st month. Let me just say this. Is there anyone here that's not for weight loss? Yeah, I figured you. So you're going to be more maintenance, right? You want maintenance and you want performance, right? Okay, awesome. We're all going to make amazing gains in performance, okay? So I think you're going to be surprised. What's up, Jordell? You're going to be surprised. I think some of you are going to realize that you're not eating enough. And I know it's going to freak some people out. All right? But again, I want you to trust the process. Another part of this that we've never done before is that we are going to have weekly meetings. All right? I think that's so important to help keep everybody engaged, to talk to people that are like, I'm not feeling this way, or we need to tweak. There's so many, different things that we can do to help you guys. Like when we're on a fitness journey, it's impossible for it to be one size fits all. It's impossible, right? So we put it all in this, big thing together. But then, if everybody needs like little tweaks here and there, we've got that for you, okay? But I'm just gonna say, like those first, 2, 3 weeks, 1, 2, 3, like let's hold on. Minimum 2 weeks. We gotta just go the course for those first 2 weeks, and then we'll see how it's going for everybody. And if people need tweaks, changes, we're gonna do it. Okay. The other thing is, does everybody have access to Google Sheets? Awesome. All right, because I made a really easy way for you to keep track of this. You guys are going to have your own little sheet. It's also going to have something in there to help you calculate protein. Because this nutrition program is, the base of it is on protein. Right? That's our focus. For those of you that I'm just going to go a little bit into science, we're not crazy. Macronutrients, protein, carbs, and fat. That's what we eat. Every food that we have falls into one of those categories. Everybody knows that, right? Okay? The only thing that can build muscle is protein. Okay, so we need to have protein. And when I say build muscle, I'm not talking about so we get jacked, all right? It's so hard to get jacked. Like, it takes years and years and years. This little 8-week challenge is not going to get us jacked. But what it's going to, at the minimum, do is help us maintain our muscle mass that we have. You guys all have muscle, right? You guys are strong as hell, right? We've got muscle. We want to keep it, right? We don't want to lose it. The fat and carbs that we eat is predominantly what we use for energy, right? Body functions, hormone functions. So we need to have that, but that's not as important as protein. So our focus is going to be, you guys are each going to have your own numbers. I'm going to give you your numbers. You have a certain amount of protein that you have to hit daily, and then you're going to have an N number of total calories that you're going to have to hit daily. There's a little bit of math in here, so I'm going to go over it and talk about it. That's the guts of it, all right? We're focusing on protein, and we're focusing on total calories. That's it. If you have a glass of wine, if you eat a donut, if you have a slice of pizza, like that's on you, right? Obviously, probably if you do that consistently, we're not going to make the gains that we want to make. But I want this to fit into your lifestyle, all right? I don't want this to be so out of whack that you're like, you know what, with my schedule schedule, this just doesn't work. Like, this is meant to fit into your current schedule. You guys should not have to change anything drastically to make this work for you. Okay, I don't want you to, all right? Because then we're not going to be successful. If it's not maintainable, we're not going to be successful, right? It has to be something that we're willing to do. It has to be something that's fairly easy. Like, we obviously have to put effort into things that we want, right? But it has to be something that fits into your lifestyle and schedule. All right? All right, that's my speed. Sound good so far? All right, so let's get into it. Oh, JC's coming. Hi, JC. All right, so I'm just going to read a little bit, kind of set some of this stuff. So this challenge is designed to give you guidance on what your ideal daily caloric intake should be for your current health and fitness goals, while also providing you with the tools to continue on after these initial 8 weeks, even if your goals change. Being like, you know, after 8 weeks, you've lost the weight that you wanted to, or you didn't put on as much bulk as you wanted to, you know, we want to change it up, we want to tweak it. You're still going to do this. We're just going to change the numbers, okay? For the most part, it's basic science that less calories taken in versus calories out gives you weight loss, right? However, there's other factors that do come into play, which I'm going to talk about, that can help you achieve greater success and feel awesome even while in a deficit. You need to be in a deficit if you want to lose weight, okay? Everybody knows what that means, being in a deficit? Okay. For those like Nicole, to maintain your current weight but improve performance, this is a great way to do it as well, okay? We chose to go with a program that makes you count calories because we believe, you know, people that I've spoken to, most people are really surprised when they see how much they're eating, all right? Myself included when I started this back in January. On both sides, like sometimes you're like, yeah, I ate enough today, and then there'd be times I'd sit on the couch and I'd put it in and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm 400 calories under, you know, or the opposite, you know, like, oh, I don't think it was that bad today. I know I ate that, but let me just put it in and you're 400 calories over. Like, you know, those mistakes add up, and you will not, if your goal is weight loss, see success in that, all right? So journaling, you guys are going to be writing down what you're eating. So it's also designed with weekly accountability meetings to not only help you stay committed and be held accountable, but to give you continual guidance. JT, you got this? Sorry. Liz, you need one. Accountability, guidance, and tweaks if need be. It's also our goal to help you create new habits and keep you on the path of maintaining a healthy lifestyle after this challenge is complete. This challenge is based on a certain amount of protein that you're going to need to eat every day, which is based on factors specific to you and your goal. In addition to making sure you stay in that.
Go sit in the box.
Okay, so again, only thing we're counting is grams of protein and total calories. I'll talk about that in much more detail. Protein is the macronutrients that helps you maintain your muscle mass, which in turn helps you keep your metabolism high, which in turn helps you stay lean. The more muscle mass you have, the higher your metabolism is. The higher your metabolism is, the faster your metabolism is, the more calories you burn just eating, right? That's it. That's how it works. It's really that simple. For the most part, fat and carbohydrates are used as fuel for everything that you do today, as well as other hormonal bodily functions. If we eat more fat and or carbs than our body needs to function, the extra gets stored into our fat cells, period. Yeah, it's really that simple, okay? You can kind of overeat on protein, like it wouldn't be crazy to overeat on protein, but overeating on the fat and the carbs, it's going into your fat cells, okay? If your body doesn't need it, it's not just going to get rid of it, it stores it. That's why that calorie number really is going to be important. However, if you eat the proper amount of protein and you have the proper caloric guidance, the fat and carbohydrates you eat should be then used to fuel your daily body's functions and not be stored as fat. All right, so this seemed to confuse a couple people that I talked to, this next paragraph, so I'm going to write it out, but you guys can also read it. So, in order to lose 1 pound, and this is for anybody, this is everybody on the planet. In order to lose 1 pound, you need to And that would mean that we wouldn't eat it all. All right? So that's not good. So, what we're going to do is we're going to, for the most part, we're going to take away 500, we're going to be in a deficit of 500 calories for 7 days. Okay? Now that calorie deficit can come from 500 less calories, right? Or it can come from 250 less calories and burning an extra 200. Okay? This is where there's like wiggle room, there's play here. So to give an example, all right, let's say, you know, Adam needs to eat 2,500 calories. I'm going to figure out for all of you, there's a calculator, it's not just me, there's this calculator that tells you, you know, if you were to sit on the couch all day and just do nothing, how many calories does your body need to function? And then we add in your activity level, right? And then it says, okay, based on, if you were to sit on the couch all day, but add in this activity, this is how many calories your body needs to function. Okay, so I'm going to say for Adam it's 27. But Adam wants to lose weight. So we're going to take, this is 2,500 a day. That's good call. All right, so let's say Adam wants to lose weight, so we're going to take away 500 calories a day. So every day he's only going to eat 2,000 calories. Protein. 30% of that 2,000 calories is protein. Okay? So 2,000, 30%, 600, right? So 600 calories has to be protein, which means that he's got 1,400 calories to be fat and carbs. However he wants. I know I spelled carbs. Whatever he wants. 1,400. It shouldn't be all fat. It shouldn't be all carbs. You know, it would be nice that it's a mixture of both. But again, we're not going crazy here. We're not going macro based where we have to count every, you know, way everything in the seconds. All right. So 600 calories. Every gram of protein has 4 calories. Okay? The carbohydrates have 4, fat has 9. We don't care about that. We're talking about protein. So every gram of protein that you eat has 4 calories. So I'm going to divide this by 4. So that would mean that Adam has to eat 150 grams of protein a day. So when it comes to protein, that's all he's focusing on. You know, everything has a label. How many grams of protein? I'm giving you 80 sheets in this thing I'm giving you. It's going to give you a calculator. I ate 8 ounces of chicken. It's going to calculate for you how many grams of protein that is. Okay? So Adam would just be counting his grams of protein for the day, and then all the other things he's eating. Okay, well this thing says, you know, the nutrition label says it's 200 calories. 20 calories of it is 20 grams of it that is protein. So I know that each gram of protein is 4. So I multiply that times 4. So that's 80. So the other 120 calories is fat and carbs. Does that make sense? I'll write that down because I know people need to be visual. So if you look at a nutrition label, and if the nutrition label of whatever you're eating is 200 calories, all you need to do is look at the protein. If it has 20 grams of protein, right, so you put 20 grams of protein for whatever you ate, and you know that that has 4 calories, so that you're taking away these 80 calories from that 200, so the rest of whatever you eat is 120 calories of fat and carbs. And it doesn't matter how much is fat, it doesn't matter how much is carbs. Does that make sense? So that's the bulk of our science. I don't think it's asking too much, right? In what we need to calculate. We need to know what we're eating. All right, so that kind of like gave the example. We'll go past that, so you guys can flip over. So good food choices, you know, as far as protein goes. Chicken breast, you know, flank steak is we chose that because it's, you know, one of the less fattier ones. If we're going to use anything ground, you know, ground beef, ground turkey, ground chicken, Girls get double portions.
Yeah, right.
You guys only have the top, right? Right? You know, and they say like, you know, your disc is 4 ounces, right? Initially, you know, this first week we're probably going to be measuring a little bit protein, just the protein, just to get an idea. You know, shrimp, there's all different sizes of shrimp. I can't say one shrimp is 1 ounce. There's small shrimp, medium shrimp, extra large shrimp. Like, I have no idea. You know, they're all different sizes. So initially we got to weigh. But some of this is finite. You know, if you're eating a can of tuna fish, you know that, you know, each ounce of tuna has 5 grams. So 3 ounces, we know 8 times 5 is 40. So we know that whole entire can has 40 grams of protein, although we probably say 1 cooked egg, a whole entire egg, has 6 grams. Not a ton of protein. So, you know, while eggs are great for you, it's a good protein choice. Like, you gotta eat a lot. You gotta eat a lot. You know, 1 whole cup of egg whites. Like, that's a lot of food. Like, I would be like dying to eat that. I've done it, but it's not fun. And it's only 30 grams of protein. Not only, that's a very good amount. You want to try and get about 25 to 30 grams for the women, 25 to 30 grams of protein per sitting. Guys, you probably want, you know, in that 30 to 40 range per sitting. I'm sorry, protein powder counts? Yeah, protein. Anything that's protein counts. And you guys are going to want to be supplementing, right? You guys are going to want to be supplementing protein powders, protein bars, protein bars. You know, First Form has so many good ones. For those of us that have a sweet tooth, okay, they have like a protein Pop-Tart. And when I tell you, I'm perfectly satisfied thinking I'm eating a Pop-Tart with this thing. It's unbelievable. It has 20 grams of protein. Yes, 20 grams of protein. It's gluten-free. Like, it's crazy, right? So there are other options.
Is it called the Pop-Tart? Where do we find that?
At Jersey Shore Supplements. I told Cream about it. Like, Cream, you gotta try this.
Go ahead.
They restock.
Pop-Tart for Monday, please.
Yeah.
I get that there's, you know, some of us that may have a sweet tooth and things like that. And again, I want you to be able to like throw that in here. But at the same time, like today, especially like if you have access to YouTube or TikTok, there's so many good videos on healthy desserts. It's insane. Like my daughter made these, she took a date, hollowed it out, PB2, which is a ton of protein, you know, a little bit of yogurt, a little bit of drizzled chocolate, put it in the refrigerator, and it was like eating a sandwich. It was unbelievable. You know, like it's crazy. So you can find good choices if you have those, you know, cravings for the sweets. Just to reiterate, know that each gram of protein has 4 calories to it. That's going to be your most science that you need to know. All right, questions so far? Cool. All right, so yeah?
I thought there was a lot of math and data science. You just said that it's not really here. Is there a way to get like
Yeah, it is on there. It is on there under the maybe you're asking for more than what I wrote.
That's because we didn't figure out how much we need. We have to calculate that.
I'm going to show you when Cream pulls this sheet up. I'm going to show you. That'll help you. The answer is yes. Whatever you need, I will get it. All right, so we also decided to make this based on points. All right, this whole entire winner, $500 based on points. Okay. There's a couple ways you can get points. 3 biggest ways that you can get points. Keeping this food journal. I've made it so easy for you.
Thanks, Vanna.
Everything is getting entered in there. We'll get closer. All you have to see is the zeros at the bottom. Those white, that's the only place you're ever going to enter anything. Everything is calculated. It's going to do everything for you. It's going to tell you how much protein do I have left to eat today? How many total calories do I have left to eat today?
So
Okay?
the Google Sheet summary is going to calculate what's left after you put your protein in.
have to put your protein, you don't have to do any calculations. All you have to do is enter what you ate. That's it. Very easy. And on the last sheet, you see the protein calculator. So like if Kareem puts in that he ate 5 ounces of chicken, it's going to tell you how many grams of protein. Okay. I have, what's that?
This guy's built a computer, come on.
I did it last night.
It'll be up to me, just imagine all over the place.
But this has, chicken, lean beef, lean turkey, steak, shrimp, salmon and fish. Tuna fish is included in that fish. Whole eggs, egg whites, tofu. So any other protein?
Eggs and
Okay.
and tempeh.
Tempeh. I knew there was something else. All right, I'll figure out what that is. But I'll figure out. All right, so it's going to be really easy. This is your journal. So all you have to do is on your phone, eat, pop it in. It's so easy. All right, this is your journal. If you keep this journal, were you going to say something?
No.
Okay. For all 7 days, you can see how many points you get. I made it significantly higher after 5. Like to hit 5 days of journaling is awesome, right? So if you hit 5 days of journaling, you're getting 13 points. Right? So that means we're kind of at that like 80%. If you do this 80% right, all right, you're going to have success. But hey, if you do it for 6 days, you do it for 7 days, you get more points. Great. Keeping a journal. Okay? Part of keeping that journal is also like, did you drink your water? Half of your body weight in ounces of water. I'm not going to say 64, like, nope. However much you weigh, cut it in half, that's how much water you have to drink every day. Okay? The other way to get points is to hit your food and water goals. So not only just journaling, now I want to see if you actually like hit your numbers. All right, if you hit your numbers 2 days out of the week, you get 3 points. If you hit your numbers 5 days out of the week, you got 13 points. All right, so again, big jumps for doing it at least 5 times. And then you're also going to get, I think this is the biggest thing here. It took me 53 years to learn this, but walking. I was always like, walking is so stupid.
Waste of
Sweat.
time. It takes forever.
Waste of time and sweat.
Listen, I'm waiting for Disney on Sunday. I've got this.
Yep. 10,000 steps a day, guys. Right? 10,000 steps a day equates to about 5 miles. All right? So, but we're talking all day. You know, you probably, if you're active, you're probably walking at least 2.5 miles within your day. So, if anybody doesn't have a step counter, right, I'm going to tell you that you need to walk 3 miles a day to count as 10K steps. Because I'm sure that you're getting those other 2 miles in at some point of the day. So if you don't have a tracker, all right, you have to walk 3 additional miles. And I'm only putting that in for 5 days a week because I want it to be, I want it to be doable. I want it to fit into your schedule. There's days where I've been like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to walk today. Like, it freaks me out. I don't want you guys freaking out, right? 5 days out of 7 would be fantastic if you could get 10,000. Deciding to do it for 7, awesome. More benefit for you. But for this challenge, I wanted to keep it to just 5. Okay? Other ways to earn points. Every Thursday at 7 o'clock, we're going to have a Zoom call. Is that going to be a problem for anyone? Like, I know that things will come into play.
No.
Ever. Any Thursday at 7. Right? You what?
I work at 7 at night, so it's like
Until 7 at night?
yeah. So that's when we started getting like that's a report from the other nurses. So it's gonna be like hard to like come on exactly at 7.
Okay. And then Leah. Till?
At that time, till 8:45.
Okay.
What if we just do 7 a.m. instead?
It's time.
6 a.m.?
Okay. What about, I want to try and make it work for want to like check in, Stephanie, everything's great, I'm doing awesome. You know, you don't have to stay on for the whole time. Like, I want to be able to answer people's questions. Other people might want to hear those questions. So, like, it's just a check-in. Listen, I'm good. This is going great. I don't need you. Okay, awesome. Bye. Like, but I want to help you. So I want to see you. I want to know if you have questions. So, like, okay, so let's can everyone do Wednesday? So let's keep it at 7, but if you come on at 7:30, it's okay. You know what I mean? If you come on at, you're not
I'll make it work.
as soon as you get in the car, you're done at 7, log in. You know? And
What
Chris,
about? It sounds like 8 o'clock.
is it better?
Not for me. Not smack in the middle of that time.
That's
All right,
approach.
So same thing.
7:30. Do we want to do 7:30? Does that work better?
Wednesday, 7:30.
Wednesday, 7:30. Is there any
Let's
shows
do.
on?
I'd rather do 8 o'clock. I'd rather do 8 o'clock than 7:30 because we start at 7:30, 7:45. It's a little rough time for us. Let's just go with 8, and after I'll just hop on after.
He's kind of late. He's kind of
Yeah, it is kind of late.
Yeah. 7:15.
Okay.
Done.
Wednesday, 7:15. For those of you that, you know, and we'll take that into consideration. Like Adam, you know, like you're gonna talk first because we know you gotta go. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I'm good with 7:15.
You know, Jordell, like you don't have to rush. Like, you know, Adam's gonna go first. Maybe, you know, JT, you know, Chrissy, you want to get on there, right? That's fine. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be on. For the most part, I mentioned it'll be at least, you know, 45-minute call, so if anyone can't get on right away.
I do, so Wednesday, it was Thursday, Wednesday, we're working out at 6:30. Like,
So you'll have to come on after.
yeah.
Yes.
Final answer.
Final answer. All right, 5 points, so it's very important. I'm putting it out there. That's on there. All right. Snacks. You get 1 point if you snack and it has protein in it. Okay, so like. Yeah. Nut butter is not a protein. However, I'll add protein, right? If you have like an apple and peanut butter, you're gonna accept it. But it, like, what I'm trying to avoid, obviously, rather than having an apple. Apple's not bad. It's grapefruit. You know, orange is great, you know, but pairing it with the protein is even better, right? So if you can pair your snacks with a little bit of protein, you get an extra point for that. While it's not, you know, this challenge isn't specifically based on weight loss, because if you do this, you are going to lose weight. I mean, you're going to see it, right? I still want to see what you're doing. So Monday morning, because we're starting this on Monday, weigh yourself. The sheet over on the side on week 1, it says name and starting weight. Just enter it in there. Okay? And then, you guys are all going to do this. This is your private information. I'm going to be able to get in there. Okay. Every Wednesday now, because I want to know before the meeting, every Wednesday you're going to weigh yourself in the morning. I want to talk about it for that meeting. If you're, you know, okay to say, like, I lost a pound, I gained a pound. If you're okay putting that in. If not, anybody wants to talk to me privately, we can do that too. But every Wednesday, so anytime you see Thursday, it's changed to Wednesday. I want you to weigh yourself, just to say, I only want you to weigh yourself once a week. I do not want you to weigh yourself more than once a week. All right, there's times when you get on the scale and it can go up 2 pounds. You know you didn't eat an extra 7,000 calories, because that's what it would take
There you go.
for the scale to go up 2 pounds, right? And then you go on the next day and it's down 3, so you actually lost a pound, right? You didn't lose 3 pounds, lost a pound. That 2 was something, right?
do you want our first, is Wednesday the first way?
Put it in Monday, and then we'll just start it up. Yeah, Wednesday. And then each week there's going to be a mini challenge. So you probably in that Zoom call. All right, guys, for next week we're gonna whatever it is. I'll tell you what it is. All right, and if you do it, it's only going to be one thing. You have the whole week to do it, and then if you do it that week, then you get to get those points for that mini challenge. Questions? Good so far. Okay.
How does our workout here work into the 10,000?
That's going to be part of your regular. I want an additional. Unless you have this. So unless you have a step, okay. So then, I need you to walk 3 miles. Okay, because your workout will go into 10,000 steps, but it'll be part of that, like 2 miles. Because we really don't, when I say you guys probably walk, like unless you're super active, like I don't know, if somebody's on their feet, all, like here, coaching, just like, yeah. 2 miles is generous, right? 2 miles is generous.
Okay, cool.
So to be honest, like in a workout, you're not. Maybe that's going to give you. I don't know. I haven't really looked at it. I'm going to see. I'm going to look at it, but I'm going to say it's not going to give you more than like 500 to 800 steps. Is that
The burn workouts are like 2,000 steps is what it's saying on my watch.
yeah?
It's crazy.
Good. Then I want it extra. Then I get extra. I still want 3 miles. If you don't have a calculator, it tells you how many steps. I want 3 more miles. Yep. Any other questions? You're only going to benefit if you do a little bit more, right? That's good. Okay. I'm gonna-
Is that online? Like, is
You're
that?
going to get your, do you have Google Sheets you weren't here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to use it. I'm going to show you.
If we wanted to like print it out and like do it handwritten,
Give me your handwritten.
The sheet,
Sheets or journal.
so there's no like extra journal.
Nope. I'm sorry? Protein? I'm going to say 5 cheese is protein. All the other cheeses are going to be considered fat. Yeah. I just, you know what? I never think of like, I just think of like beans and
Yeah.
cheese and stuff like that. Yes, yogurt, and that's really easy. Right on there. How many grams of protein? So yes, yogurt, cottage cheese are other good forms of protein. Anything else? So, are you vegetarian? Okay. You can add. Yeah.
It's not like you take like primary protein.
Right.
It's usually just sprinkled on like.
Yeah, I mean, you can add it in. I don't know, that's one thing I don't know, it's like, do they say it's a bean is not a protein or something like that? I don't know, but like, you can add it. Sure. Anything? When it comes to what we've talked about so far.
And beans, legumes are or fast or both.
They have calories, right? And they have protein and they have carbs. I don't know if they have fat. I don't know if they have fat. Beans, I don't think they have. So like you have.
Significant amount of protein to
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, okay, so you're getting me into the next thing that I'm going to say. We want a deficit of 500 calories across 7 days, right? If you're going for points, our journal has to be perfect. However, if you're off 100 calories, 150 calories one day, too low, then the next day you're 152 high, like, it's okay, you can do that. You can do that, right? So like if you say, JT's writing it out instead of putting it in there, and then shit, I ate 300 calories too much, right? Maybe the next day he cuts 150, and then the next day, yeah, JT's like, I don't care. Because you guys can like wish it and lose weight. In the real world, right? And this challenge is different. If you're going for the points, it's different. You can't have wiggle room. But like going forward, like it's really based on your week. It's not really day to day. It's really not. It's based on your week. So if you find that you have a party and you have a couple of drinks and you know that puts you 500 over, maybe the next day, you're going to tone it down a little bit. All right? That's after your 8 weeks. After your 8 weeks, try and be as close to it as you can. Yes. All right. That's how we're going to go that's how we're starting this challenge. Okay? But what I'm going to tell you is there are other things that you can do if you feel like you're stalled or if you feel like, whatever. I just added some things in here that I want you to start thinking about. I don't want you to necessarily start doing these things because if we do too much, and it gets overwhelming, it's not sustainable. If you find that you're not feeling hot, you're not seeing a difference on the scale, like maybe we need to clean up our food choices, all right? Don't forget, butters and oils, those count as fat. Like, you have to count that when you're counting calories. Olive oil is very high in calories. If you don't write that down, in your journal, that would be, a flaw in your calories. So you can always look at cleaner food choices if things aren't happening as far as like even leaner meats and just, what other ways can we put, dressings on salads and things like that. Getting proper sleep is huge. Like if we're fatigued, our bodies gets inflamed and inflammation is big. You'll see it on the scale of inflammation. You'll think you're gaining weight, you're not, but so let's get some good sleep. Again, making sure that we're drinking half our body weight in water. If you're a high stress person, all right, one thing that I started doing was going to like the sauna, those UV red, whatever therapy sauna. Hoping we're gonna have one here soon. Do things to help reduce your stress. Go to yoga. Some people like to meditate. I can't meditate at all. Like, I don't even know how that works. Yoga, sauna, steam rooms. Just go do something for yourself, like once in a while. Like, I never used to do that stuff for myself ever. Your mom took care of everybody, dad took care of everybody. Like, never ever focused on myself. Granted, my kids are a lot older. I do find it to be very hard to take a little bit of time out for myself, something I never ever did. Even here, I was here 24/7 for you guys, and I still am. Create good habits. Don't think of this as I have to do this. We want it to be sustainable, we want it to be maintainable, and we want you to be able to fit it into your current lifestyle. So make it something that you enjoy to do. We have to make sacrifices here and there. It should be more about like, I'm excited to do this because it's going to make me feel great. It's going to lead me to my goal. Do what works best for your schedule, lifestyle to make it maintainable. Every meal should have protein. Every snack should have protein. And remember, muscle weighs more than fat. Okay, so I'm not saying that anyone's going to put on 10 pounds of muscle during this challenge, but you're upping your protein. If you were like really low, like your calories may have been in that range where you're supposed to be, but if you weren't used to eating this much protein and your protein was low, you could put on a couple pounds of muscle. That's a good thing. All right, and muscle weighs more than fat, and it takes up less space. All right, also things we can tweak along the way. You'll coffee was magic for me. Not eating 4 hours before I go to bed, I think is magic. Yeah. Go to bed at 10, don't eat past 6 o'clock. If you struggle with pre-made, if you struggle with cooking, you don't have enough time, order pre-made meals, whatever you need to do to be successful. It's only 8 weeks, right? You've got to make a little bit of sacrifice. You have to put in some extra effort. And then we can talk about going for, lower glycemic index carbs and whatnot. On the back is just, best of, are you emotionally eating? That's a good one for a lot of people. And my emotional eating was at night when I told myself, you cannot eat past 6 o'clock. It was a struggle, it was hard, but I got through it, and I think that made a big difference. Best food choices of protein, we want grass-fed, organic, if you can, so I know it's super expensive. But you want to eat fish, you want to eat good meats, eggs, tuna, tofu, tempeh, meat. Carbohydrates, good choices are sweet potatoes. Believe it or not, squash is a carb. Zucchini, squash is a carb. Fruit's good, rice is good. Brown rice, white rice, oh my God, every other day they're saying which one's better for you. I have no idea, right? So just go with it. Just eat rice. Good fats, avocado, nuts and seeds, coconut oil, avocado oil, olive oil, grass-fed butter. Bacon is considered a fat. Not really. Sorry. Right, so how are we thinking so far? How are we feeling? This is Weight Watchers on track.
Like a healthy weight.
Questions? On your last sheet, I need you to fill this out and give it to me today, because this is going to give me your numbers, which I'm going to then enter into your sheet, and then I'm going to send you your sheet. So make sure you give me the proper email to send to you. Okay? So give this to me before you leave. Your activity level. Well, let's start with your male or female. I need your height in inches. I need your current weight. I need your goal. Do you want to lose, maintain, gain, gain muscle? Activity level. I don't really think anybody in here is lightly active. Lightly active would really be you're only getting here like maybe 2 times a week if your job is driving along down. We'll talk. You might be lightly active. I would say most of you are moderately active unless you have a job where you are like hustling. Like if you're at a desk, you're only moderately active. In addition to coming here 3 to 4 times a week, and yes, we're getting those steps in. All right. Most of you are going to be moderately active unless you have a job that I don't know that has you going crazy. Like even Kareem, I would only put Kareem as very active. I still wouldn't even put Kareem as extremely active. Like you have to be like construction worker, lifting weights all day long, and whatever. So if you think you're very active, we don't put that down because that gives you more calories. But I would say most of us are moderately active. All right. So give me all that information before you leave, please. And I'm going to get you your numbers. I'm going to give you the sheet. We're going to have our first meeting on Wednesday at 7:15. You guys are going to weigh yourself Monday morning. Between now and Monday, any questions, just email. Don't text me because I'll lose them. Send me an email. All right, between now and then. And then what we're going to try and do after that first week is once we get into this, unless it's like imperative, write down the questions and let's go over them in that Zoom call. Everybody else might have the same questions. But initially those first 2 weeks, like if you have questions, just shoot me an email. I'll do my best to get back to you as fast as I can. I'm going to show this to you. Any other questions? You could walk to Disney and show us Disney on that Zoom call. I love Disney. I'm begging my kids. I'm like, please can we go to Disney again? Where are you going, Ben?
My mom. If somebody has to go with me, she goes by herself. I don't need to go to Disney.
Love it. Love it.
So there is.
Yep. There is a scale here. If anybody wants to weigh today, you can weigh today. I'll grab it.
I
questions. Let's go look at the sheet. Okay? So, again, this is going to sorry. This is all going to auto-populate. So we have week 1 through week 2. It's going to all be all the way at the end. Just in this, don't hit anything. Mess it up. Only enter anywhere in this whole entire sheet. You're only going to enter places where it's white and these are zeros. You can't touch any more numbers. Don't go in there. Mess it up. Okay, so like I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to put 15 all the way. So just pretend there. All right, so this tells me you're always going to look at your weight numbers. I have 1,500 calories left that I need to eat today, 1,050 calories carbs and fat, and I need 12.5 grams of protein. None of these numbers are right. I mean, not right. So, all right, I eat breakfast. I have breakfast snack, lunch snack, dinner snack. Nobody should be eating more than that. Right? Nobody should be eating more than 6 times. No, I just put it in there in case you need it, but no, you shouldn't be eating more than 6 times a day. So you say, all right, breakfast, I ate a cup of eggs, and then that's 30 grams of protein, and then I had avocado and toast, and that was another, 300 calories. So after my breakfast, I know I have 1,000 calories left to eat for the day, that's 30. I have 82 grams of protein that I need to eat, and then I also have another 7 carbs. All right, finding out where the tomato is. Yeah, you have to look it up. Yeah, we look it up. So I either say just Google it, or you can use my. If anybody has my fitness pal, you can look in there, and it'll tell you in there. Again, initially the first week or two, there's going to be a lot of looking stuff up, and then eventually you'll probably yeah. My snack, I eat nut butter, 2 tablespoons of nut butter, rice. Alright, so you can see that it just starts deducting all those numbers for you. And you only need to watch the pink. Right? It's just your initial goals. You need to watch these pink numbers, and you only enter where it's white. Don't touch any colored blocks. Did you drink your water? Yeah, we drank all the water. I got my steps in. I went to the Zoom meeting. That's Wednesdays now. I did the weekly challenge. My weigh-in, I weighed myself. I weighed. Pretty straightforward week to week. And I did it too so that when you slide through it, you always see the levels and you always see the top. Okay, so you'll never lose the top and you'll never lose the side. I got some spreadsheets. So it's pretty easy, but again, if you have any questions, definitely, get with me, let me know. Initially, this was going to be in a app that I've been working on, but it just got so overwhelming, to be honest, and I really wanted to get this thing. However, I will say that it's that if I can get access to this app, that's going to be even easier. For you guys to be like the beta. All right, questions? Because I can. I'll say I have a calculator that I'm gonna. No, not unless I see like a significant, significant loss. Like any other questions? I'm going to take it out to the back room. I'm going to get it. Who's excited? Excited for this? Like, do you guys feel like, wow, this is doable? This is like, All right, good stuff, guys.
Walks away and then we'll go back home.
I tell myself. Try to win.
Is this the nutrition?
Yeah, how you doing?
All right, guys, I'm gonna be back. Here, so you guys enjoy yourself.
No.
But wait, that's the week on Monday. Friday is
Like this kind of thing process around.
so I'm 71 inches. I thought it was gonna be like over 100 inches. This is upsetting. I know the math, but I was wow. I was taking a giant team like JT.
My crab was so
Yeah, but they everyone
Okay, got it. You wanna do it?
it's basically then you have this
Later, buddy.
weight loss.
I know it's a lot. It's not the official weigh-in anyway until Monday, so. But I'm like a pound or two plus or minus, you know? Have a good one. You too, bro.
Calories for everything else. And they calculate. Yeah.
I didn't have any money. I didn't have any money in it. Anybody else need the Venmo thingy?
Oh yeah, put it down.
Hard to make.
Hey, green.
What's that thing?
Orange.